Hi, everybody, and welcome to Talk to Rose, episode 98. On this show, we talk about everything going on in the world, good, bad, raggedy, and wonderful. So, we're just going to get everything going. I have my cousin on today. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. My name is Nefertaria, and I'm Rose's cousin.
Okay. Hey, Coach Nita. Okay, so we're going to get this show going because everybody's in different time zones. What time is it out there?
It is 9 o'clock here.
Oh, okay, that's not that
I'm
bad.
actually not at home. I'm actually in Wyoming.
Oh, I was about to say, I thought that it was because what state do you live in?
I live in Louisiana.
Oh, I was about to say, I know it should be more than 9 o'clock there.
Yeah. No, I'm in Wyoming with my youngest daughter that just had her baby. And
Oh,
so I'm here for a minute.
yeah, congratulations. See, that's good.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to get everything going because we have a lot to talk about today. So, happy Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Hey, Tia. Um, we're going to have a guest come on and talk about her journey with cancer this month. She couldn't be on there here tonight, but she'll be on here one day this month. I told her I'll just whatever schedule she have, I'll do it with her. So, how was everybody's weekend? In the comments, let me know. How was your weekend, Nefertaria?
It was good. I just like I said, my grandson is just a week old, so we kind of been
Mhm.
adjusting. I just got here. As a matter of fact, her water broke as I landed, and an hour later her water broke. So I was welcoming our new addition to the family when I got here a week ago. So he's just a little week over a week. So we just been kind of um here with the baby.
She home and she home already?
Uh-huh, she's home.
How many days would they let them stay in the hospital out there?
Actually, it was not a full 2 days because she had them like early Wednesday morning, and she came home later on that Thursday evening.
Dang, they ain't getting you in and out, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't do nothing this weekend. I was just helping my mom out. That's a whole nother story. I'll have my little chronicles on the politics in nursing home and insurance. I
Yes.
don't even want to get into that tonight. So, but I was with my mom this weekend helping her try to get herself back together after being at home. So, our first hot topic that we're going to talk about today makes 30 years for the Million Man March. Did you guys know that? That today was the
Mhm.
anniversary of that?
No, in 30 years. Wow,
Yes,
that's
30
been a
years.
long time.
So I have a video about it. Let y'all see it.
It's the 30th anniversary of the Million Man March. It was back in 1995 when Minister Louis Farrakhan called on black men around the globe to convene on the National Mall in D.C.
The 30th anniversary of an historic day in our nation's capital, the Million Man March.
30 years since South Bend men traveled to the nation's capital to inspire unity. We're talking about the Million Man March of 1995.
So the Million Man March was an event 30 years ago when a large gathering or a large number of African American men gathered in Washington, D.C.
The 30th anniversary of the historic Million Man March. 30 years ago, 2 million black men stood on the National Mall and took a pledge to take care of ourselves, to do no more harm to one another, to protect our families and our children, and to be responsible black men with our backs straight.
So I just was surprised that was 30 years ago already. Like that went by so fast. They need to have another one.
Yeah, I remember I was at Graham when all this occurred, and they
Really?
had busloads of guys went to the Million Man March, so that was exciting for us.
Oh yeah, that would be. Jeez. When I seen that today, I was like, dang, that went 30 years went by fast. Like
Yeah.
that went by super fast. So we'll see if we have another one. They do need another, but I don't even think they would even let us have one now with this. The state that this country is in now, I can see them now trying to do all kinds
Yeah,
of stuff.
this administration is not going to let us do anything that's going to benefit us.
Yeah, or uplift or anything. Like, no.
Yes.
So the next, I want to give an update on the A. Marie case. Okay, so remember last week, you guys, when I talked about the little girl that was 5 years old that was essayed by 3 children under 10. I have to be careful on the words I use because you can't say certain stuff on here. So remember last week when I told you about the case, they said that they couldn't do nothing to none of the kids because they were under 10. The only person that was taken into custody was the 10-year-old. So the mom is finally, they got something on the news now. Now they put it on the news out there because it's been so much noise made about it. And now they want you to, they have a petition out, which I'm putting up here for you guys. If you guys want to go and sign a petition, they're trying to get enough petitions so they can change the juvenile justice loophole for young offenders. So as of now 2 of the 3 will be charged. The 10-year-old, which was a girl, now we find out it wasn't even all 3 little boys. The 10-year-old was a girl. The other 2 were boys. So the 10-year-old and the 9-year-old, they will be charged, but they're trying to still get the 8-year-old charged too, which I feel like that 8-year-old should be charged also. This little girl almost lost her life. Like, they really thought that they had unalived the little girl, but she was still living. So I'm with the mom on that. But I'm happy that it's getting national news now. So if you guys want to, y'all can go to this website where you guys sign this petition to where no matter how old you are, you gonna get charged when you do stuff like this. Because let's keep it real. Would y'all want y'all kids around these little kids that's doing stuff like this? Like 8, 9, and 10 years old, they're still in elementary.
All right. I think they need to not just put them in jail. There needs to be special places for them
Yeah, it does.
to get the help that they need, because if you look at statistics, those children probably, and I'm talking about like 99%, probably have been SA themselves.
Yeah, they self. Yep, they learned it from
And
somebody because
yeah,
they're too young to be doing it. Yeah.
yeah, and you know I just think that they need help more than
Mhm.
charges and sent to prison or sent to jail. I believe that they need extensive therapy and
Yes, that's true. I don't think
extensive.
they need to be on the streets though. They don't need to be
No,
on the
definitely
streets.
don't need to be on the streets. I think they need. I think there are some things that need to be done in place for them, not just
Yeah.
going to jail, but they definitely don't need to be on the streets.
No, I agree with you 100%. They do. They need all kind of counseling, but I do feel like they should not be on the streets. That 8-year-old do not. If I was the mom, all their names, it would be some kind of way everybody would know who it was. That 8-year-old, you not in jail, but everybody about to know who you are. Like, I'm not about to it's just too much. So if you guys want to sign that petition, then here it is again. And then she still has the GoFundMe up to help with certain expenses, therapy and stuff like that. The mom has to take off of work now. She said the daughter is getting therapy now. But she's going to need a lot. She's 5 years old and she doesn't understand why this happened to her, which
Right.
any 5 years old would not understand that. And probably the family members' house that my child was over, I would probably never talk to them again, because how was she even able to get out the front door and you didn't know?
Yeah.
It would be a lot of people I would be done with, but the family member I would be done, and I would not stop until all 3 of them was behind somewhere they couldn't be on the streets. So that's that. I just wanted to keep y'all updated with that. So I'm gonna keep y'all updated on that story because I think that is important. The next thing that was so sad to me, you guys, I've been sad ever since it happened, was rest in peace to D'Angelo. Like, I've been so sad about that. Was like, every time I could listen to his music today, I was tearing up. But when it first happened that morning, I had seen it online, and I was just like, here they go again, lying.
Yeah.
I was like, and they have made me mad. Like, why do they do this to people? And then they gonna be saying, oh, they sorry or whatever. So when I first seen it, I went to go look first on TMZ, because TMZ have never steered me wrong, and
Right.
I didn't see TMZ. So then I looked on Google. I'm Googling, did D'Angelo pass away? And they was like, no, he's still alive. It's somebody else named D'Angelo. So that made me feel better. And then I kept going back to TMZ because more platforms was putting it up. And I was like, oh my gosh, when I seen TMZ put it up, my stomach just dropped. I was like crying. I was just like, I cannot believe that he passed away. But what I will say is he had a good team behind him, because none of us even knew he was sick.
Right.
Like, he went peacefully. I said that probably explains why he wasn't at Angie Stone's services and everything. Like, everybody was dragging him through the mud for not being there. And look at it. Like, I was just so sad. I just remember when he first came out, like, it was nobody like D'Angelo. So for all you guys that don't know, this is D'Angelo. His real name is Michael Eugene Archer. He was actually born, well, I was born on his birthday. I did not know that, so that's a fun fact. He was born on February 11th, 1974. So that was my twin. He was born February 11, 1974. He was an American singer, songwriter, and record producer. He was born in Richmond, Virginia. He was raised in a Christian household, which explains his music. Like, if y'all was really a fan, he had like soulful music that you can really feel it. So you can understand when I figured that, well, I knew that already, but it explains it in his music. Most people that have a Christian background, you can actually hear it in their music, even if they have they steered away, but you can still feel the soul in their music. So he was raised in a Christian home. They said by the age of 3, he was playing the piano and everything. He started performing at his dad's church about the time he was 13. He always loved Prince. So he tried to he wanted to be just like Prince. How Prince was able to play every single instrument and do everything. That's how he wanted to be. And look, he did it. Like, he did all that. So I know he first came out when we heard him was 1995. So I was probably like in the 9th or the 10th grade. I remember. And that was Brown Sugar. So it was just like nobody. He was different than anybody that had ever been out at that time. So the record label had named him. That's where Neo Soul came from. And actually, Raphael Sadiq was mad at that term, Neo Soul, because he was like, this, like, soul is not new. But he came up with that name. And then just think, after Neo Soul, when they gave him that name, then it was like Maxwell, Erykah Badu, all of those people like that. And they all actually were in a group together. It was him, Erykah Badu, what's her name that comes to the concerts late all the time? Miss Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill, the one that played the drums from the Roots. I can't think of his name, but all of them, if you think about it, they all basically kind of sound the same. And all of them was in the same group, but D'Angelo just came out first. So he's the one where Neo Soul came from. So, and the rest was history. Like, he put Neo Soul on the map, and he would truly be missed. Were you guys fans of D'Angelo?
Of course.
It was the video for me.
But I feel sorry for Angie Stone and D'Angelo's son, that he lost both his parents.
Yes.
So
7 months period.
Yes.
In a 7 months time frame. He lost both of his mom and his dad. So it's just like, prayers go out to his family. But
Definitely.
it's just Jill Scott, Jill Scott, all of them, they came. He paved the way for them, because after that, they all have the same kind of music. So I've been sad about that. I'm like, dang, it's like all of our people are starting to pass away now. Like, Jesus.
Yeah. These
make
deaths are
music.
something else.
Yeah, they don't make music like that anymore. Like you don't hear
Definitely
that
don't.
kind of music no more. You might, let me think if it's anybody that I know that's neo soul. That's
A new artist.
yeah. I can't think of nobody.
Summer Walker kind of is on that, mixing that with
Yeah.
R&B a little bit with some of her
Yeah.
songs, but that's the closest I've felt to
That's
it
who I
lately,
was gonna say
which is
too.
why, yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's what attracts me to her music. Is it reminds me of real soul in her,
Mhm.
like how she sings.
Oh, Vito. Yeah, Vito is soulful. Vito is soulful. So, rest in peace to D'Angelo. I have a little video. I'm probably gonna have to delete it when it go off.
D'Angelo, this was unexpected, as it always seems to be. But you were a force on earth and an inspiration to me. I think about brown sugar, babe. I think about how does it feel. I think about you're my lady. I think about cruising. I think about left and right. I think about now you got us crying, and nothing even matters at all. Just find Angie, and it will be alright. Thank you for all of that good music.
Thing to D'Angelo. Yeah, that do sound like Coco Jones. Oh, Coco Jones
Coco
is soulful
Jones.
too.
Yes.
Mhm. I like her
Coco
too.
Jones.
Yeah.
I like her. So rest in peace, D'Angelo. That's my real twin. Look, now I can be like, that was my twin because we at the same person. I'm mad I did not know that. Like, how did I not know
First of all, don't get beside yourself.
that? Look, I'm like, how did I not know
There
that?
ain't nobody ever gonna replace me talking about real twin. Don't get beside yourself, okay?
Wait,
Honor
because
him.
it's so many people now that's
I don't care. I
I
don't
was like, I think I was really meant to be a celebrity because it's so many people with my birthday that's celebrities. Like,
Girl, you are a celebrity. You are a star.
Yeah.
It just haven't went viral yet. You're gonna go viral before me. You watch, because you are a star.
thank you. Because I'm like, it's so many people that got my birthday that's celebrities. I'm like, dang.
It's a lot of Aquarius that are celebrities, though.
It is. But I mean, that got
Your
February
exact
11th.
birthday?
That got, I know like 6 people that got that birthday that's celebrities. Okay, so let's go on. So today, while I was out and about, this week is fall break for the kids. Y'all know they give them all these breaks. Like, what do y'all need all these weeks off for? So this week, the school district I work for, it was their fall break. Last week was Amir's fall break. So in the morning time, I'll just be finding stuff to do. So this morning, I decided to go down to the Kaiser strike.
You are a character. Who would think to do
Yes.
it?
To the Kaiser strike to see what they was doing. So I'm mad because I had so many videos and it was like they didn't upload. But this is the union rep. I talked to some of the people, like my friends that work there, they didn't want to be on camera. But basically they are striking before better pay. They say you do good raises there at Kaiser, but you only get them up to your 5th year. After the 5th year, they slow down. Like they only get a cost of living, and that goes with whatever they give you. They say you get a bonus every year, but you never know how much your bonus was gonna get. They said last year the year before that they only got $200. They said this year they got they was like this year they got $4,000, but you never know. They was like they're trying to get better staff in there and everything. So this was the union rep when I talked to him. What he said, it's kind of loud.
I'm ready. Here at Kaiser Permanente, what we are fighting for
but guess what? We're united.
which is annual
We're
pay
together.
increases.
These are our
We are
brothers.
asking for 25%. It's not a lot for what these people do on a daily basis.
Hell yeah.
Look looking at also is equal pay for equal work of what they give in LA and Orange County. That's what we're fighting for. We're also fighting for more staffing and everything else that is needed for these people to do their jobs and take care of these patients. That's what we're doing.
Thank you so much. So like he said, they're also fighting to get an increase how they have it down the hill in Orange County and stuff, because their increase, they get paid more than they get paid up here. So they're fighting for all that. And people like, some people's like, Kaiser always on the strike. But I get it. Like, I get it. The main, Kaiser be on the strike, but the main people that need to be on strikes is nursing homes. Like, those is the people that need to start striking. Because those, I know hospitals do be understaffed, but nursing homes are very understaffed. Like, it's ridiculous. Those need to be the main people that be striking, and I wouldn't even be mad if they did. Like, hey, Tang, those are the main people that need to be striking is the nursing home, but that's what Kaiser was doing.
Come on now. Hey, what do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? Yup.
So I stayed up there for a little bit, and then that was it. So that's what Kaiser is striking for. They was while I was there, the union rep did talk to them and said that they might have went into negotiations today. So I'll see. I told them if they don't, I'll come back tomorrow in the morning. I ain't doing nothing. So
I wonder what their real number is though. Because you know, you request higher and then you hope you land somewhere in the middle. Because 25% is a big amount. But my question
they
is,
want 29.
Oh, 29. You couldn't really hear. I thought they said 25. 29.
Yeah, they want 29. Mm-hmm.
So even worse. But my question is not for them. I've never heard of a company paying different depending on where you are in California. Why are they not having or do they have two different unions? Does Orange County have one union and they
do, because it's different regions. So up here, like from LA County on, not even LA County, once you get to the IE on up is one region, and then down there is another region. So once you get to LA County, they said they cost of living is higher, so that's why they get a higher wage. But the union rep was saying it should be fair all across the board. Like everybody should be getting paid the same, not just because they live down there.
Yeah, I've heard of that state to state, but I've never heard of that internally breaking it down regional wise like that.
Self-care, especially because medical is so important. They are first responders. I agree with them demanding more money. Yeah. But I'm telling y'all, the nursing homes need to be, hell, and I'm a nurse and a CNA. Yeah, Nikki is a supervisor at a nursing home, so she knows how it goes. That's why I won't go back to a nursing home, because first of all, they are always
politics.
They expect you to stay and do all that, and then be saying abandon your patients. If the other nurse don't come in and you say you can't stay, it's abandonment. Like, come on, janitor, kitchen staff, secretary, and all for one pay. Yeah, so that was for today. So this was the next thing that I thought was just insane. Are you guys in the comments? Let me know. Are you guys handing out candy this year for Halloween? Have y'all seen how much the candy is in the stores? No, ain't nobody paying attention to it. Well,
yeah, I'm not handing it out.
Look, I'm like, I'll show you guys.
Yeah, no, I've never done it. So
how $29 for a bag of candy?
That's
you better check the date. It's probably from last year.
$29. So let me know in the comments if you guys are handing out candy or will y'all like to be off, because mine will be off. Where we live out now, they said that they having a little whatever and we could come get the candy. It'll be certain people I'm not handing out candy, because you at least need to have like 6 or 7 bags.
Right. That way you could give a nice amount to each kid.
Yeah, $29 for one bag of candy. Like, that is insane.
But to be honest, remember last year when we said nobody rang our doorbells because, you know, in my corner is the pumpkin patch right
Oh,
now.
yeah,
A
you
lot
did
more of
say.
those things is popping up. So even buying it, that's the real reason I'm not doing it this year. Nobody came last year and I did have candy because the pumpkin patch is right there. So
Same
Well,
here.
in Louisiana, it's a lot different. They have trunk or treats now.
yeah,
So
we
the
have those.
community gets together and do trunk or treats for the children.
I'm thinking
Oh,
more people don't pass out candy because we have trunk or treats at the churches and then pumpkin patches in the mall. I don't think people do door to door for safety purposes anymore.
yeah,
As
I
much.
wouldn't. Well, we did it last year. Oh, Faye said she got hers on Amazon for $10. Everybody needs to go on there.
Okay,
I was handing out
the good
mints
candy,
and that cheap little Mexican candy.
right?
But
I gotta hand out the good stuff so they don't come back and get me later.
Momo said she wants to, but JoJo wants to go trick or treat. I don't know. You know what I did last year? We went trick or treated to where my back was hurting because Amir wanted to trick or treat so much. He don't even eat candy. So once we got finished, if they did come to the door, I was giving his candy away.
That's a good one.
Yeah, because he wasn't gonna eat it
Perfect
anyway.
management.
But they do only have 60 pieces each. But that's still good for $10. I'm pretty sure that man, I don't care.
That
How many
$30
bags
bag
did you-
probably only got 10.
Yeah. How many bags did you get, Faye? Ain't nobody out here. That's all I had. Oh, ours. Oh, okay. I'm like, how many bags did you get, Faye? Well, we won't be giving out any candy over here. Like, one year after I ran out of candy, I gave out dollars. And then the kids started telling the other kids, and then they really was coming ringing our doorbell. Because one year after I ran out of candy, I was like, oh, I'll just give out dollar bills.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Faye said she got three bags. Oh, you good. All right. I'll look on Amazon and maybe if Amazon have it. But like she said, they do the trick or trunk. Amir has a thing he going to this weekend, like for Rocking My Disabilities. It's like a trick or trunk thing. Then for Halloween, like, girl, please. So this is another thing before we get into our main topic that I feel like people should know, that Home Depot is giving out free training. Free training to everybody for these 4 trades, and you earn a certificate. HVAC, carpenter, electrician, and construction. Like, you can't get no better than that. Free training. So it ain't even no reason for nobody to not have a job, because to keep it 100, these is the ones that really make the money.
Exactly.
And people, a lot of men, oh, hey, listen, clock it. PSA for men. All y'all men that don't know how to do stuff that you supposed to know how to do, head of household men, go take them classes. This stuff y'all supposed to know how to do around your own house.
I almost want to go take some of those classes.
I do, actually.
I'm like, because that's good.
Mhm.
It's free. It ain't no reason for nobody not to take that. So,
And some you end up with a certificate at the end. I thought that was cool.
yes, so that is so good. So that was all my hot topics for today. Now we'll get into the main topic. So everybody that's watching, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. So our main topic that I'm going to talk about today is, should you charge your children to live with you? So look at this video.
Oh.
This is a video that I've been seeing going around since yesterday. Let me make sure I'm showing y'all the right one. Oh.
Are you gonna hit me or something?
What the with you for, Samaya? I don't got no beef with you. Your beef is with me.
I don't even talk to you. What are you talking about?
I called you to make sure that you had a ride to work. I don't have to give a damn about you getting to work, Samaya.
No, you didn't. You told me that I had to pay you to get to work. And I
said, do you have some money? Because I don't have none. And then I said, Buzz, I got $10. But what I'm trying to tell you for next time is that you can't depend on me to pay my money and my gas to get you to and from work. That's not my responsibility. You can't get mad because I'm telling you got to buy your own food. You're an adult. That's not my responsibility.
So you're not my mom?
So it got longer. So the mom and her was yelling and she was saying, so you're not my mom no more. And she was like, I'm still your mom, but you're 18 now and you need to buy your own personal items. You need to buy your own food and you need to give me some gas money for taking you back and forth to work. It's not my responsibility. So how do you guys, let me make sure. How do you guys feel about that? Do you feel, because I could go on and on, some parents charge their children money to stay with them. It might not be a lot. Some parents don't. How do you guys feel about that? Do you feel that parents should let their kids stay there for free? Do you think that they should charge them? Like, how do you guys feel about that situation? I'll let you guys go first and then I'll comment. And let us know in the comments too. Let us know in the comments, do you feel like the parents should or if they shouldn't? Okay, you said what?
Our guest can go first. I'll go and then you.
Okay, you can go first, Nefertari.
Okay. Of course, I am a mother of 4 adults. All my children are self-sufficient. I think it comes down to how you raise them. I always have taught my children that that they need to be independent, and that one day I may not be here, but will I charge them? No. And the reason why is there's a lot of things that go on with a household. And I have actually, my 3rd oldest is now back at home, just finished college. He's in the Navy Reserves. He just started a job. Why would I put a burden on him that I could kind of help? Do he do things? Yes, but he's taking care of his business. I always say if my children are taking care of their business, then I will help them. But I'm not going to hinder them by telling them that they have to pay my rent and they got to pay this and pay that. We're both on a phone plan, and he pays the phone bill. But to say that, I tell him, I said, well, if you need to use the car for something, if you take it somewhere, you can put gas in it if you have the money. But if he didn't have the money, why would I charge him? But it's all about how you speak to your children as well, I believe.
So mine is the same. I think we can't really judge somebody else's situation because you don't know what financial position they're in. So if they're not in a position to keep up things and they do need you to start pitching in when you turn 18 for your personal things and things like that, yes. Bills, I feel like if you paid them until they turned 18, what changed overnight? So you still have some wiggle room and you should give it to them. You shouldn't hand them bills like that. For Skylar, he's 23. His car's paid off. I paid it before I gave it to him, but he don't pay his registration, insurance, any of those things because I don't want him to. As long as I see him working and saving, and then he gradually asks for things, he's doing what we trained him to or brought him up to do. So I'm going to respect that. But to throw a bill at him or say, now you need to pay for groceries, I don't understand what changed from the day that they was 17 to the day that they turned 18 that you need to push it on them. Now, the gas money for work, maybe that's fair because now I've got to take you back and forth and now I'm inheriting a bill. I can agree with the inheriting of things, but I don't understand why you can't give them some time because you was paying it, you was paying it. So why is she yelling? Why is she yelling?
That's what I said. Let me read some of the things. That was my problem I had with her. Let me see.
Okay.
Juanita says she has a point. Teaching them how to adult is the key, though.
Yes.
Nikki said, I absolutely agree. She said, I charge rent. She said, everybody has to contribute in this house. So everybody is raised different. Me, I agree with what the mom said, but I think it was her delivery.
Yes.
I don't think that she has been doing all that hollering and all that stuff. Like, she could have spoke to her. This is why I agree with the mom, because to me, the kids nowadays are very entitled.
Absolutely.
And I feel like, because it was another one I seen too, she was 20, but let me not get off of what I'm talking about her. If you're working every day, what if your mom was at work? You would have to get an Uber So what is wrong with giving your mama some gas money to take you back and forth to work? Because if she wasn't taking you, you would have to get an Uber or you would have to catch a bus. And most of them ain't gonna catch a bus. They're gonna get an Uber now because they don't feel like they need to get on the bus. Like they're too entitled now. Kids ain't spend their whole money on DoorDash, Ubering, these new girls getting weaves and eyelashes and all that. So why can't you help your mom or your dad if you know that they need help? Now, my mom, she didn't make us pay for nothing, but she said, if you go to college, you don't have to pay for nothing. But if you don't go to college, you have to help.
Yes.
Which I feel like that's fair too. So my mom did charge us for nothing long as we were in school, but I agree with the mom. I just feel like these kids are too entitled now. I seen another one. A girl was 20 years old and the mama told her, you still at home, you need to wash the dishes. She was like, why do I gotta wash the dishes and I didn't make them? And she was like, because you don't pay no bills here. So that's what I be saying. I feel like you have to teach them some kind of responsibilities or something. Even if you told them, give me $20, $30 out of each check that you get and put it to the side for them or something. Because in life, you're not going to be able to just get your, when you do make it out on your own, you're not going to be able to just spend your whole entire check the way you want to. You have responsibilities. Exactly. So I agree with parents that make their kids pay a certain amount of, even if you say you got to pay one bill, pay the cable bill. Pay something. Give me something on something. Some parents don't have it, but evidently that mama needed it. If she said, I didn't have no gas money and you doing this. So I understood. I just think it was the mom's delivery. I didn't like that she was yelling and stuff like that.
I think a lot has to do with our deliverance. Like I said, my son just graduated from college, came back home, and he just got his job. But he knows me. And if your children know you, they know what you're going to expect of them. My expectations is this. I need you to save money so you can get out of my house.
Right.
How about that?
That's mine.
That's my expectations.
Yeah.
I need you to be saving money so you can get your own place, so you can do your own things, because I don't want people up in my house. And he knows that. He knows that about me. So him paying the phone bill, the total phone bill, the internet and the phone bill, that's cool with me, because that's probably not even a 1% of his check. So he has a good savings. And this is my thing. I need you to save. I need you to get somewhere and get your own place so you can learn your own responsibilities in life.
Yeah,
I agree. That's why I said it should go with what you know you trained your kid to do. That's why I said what changed from the day before when you were 17 to 18. Why is she looking confused? Why are you so angry and have to have this conversation that way? You should have already been raising him to know, hey, when you turn 18, this is what we're going to do. Hey, when you start earning money, this is what you're going to do. When Skylar started working, it was no question. But remember, Ro, that car sat outside for 1.5 years because the rule was until you make it, it was COVID too. But until you decide if you're going to school or you're going to work, you don't need a car. So let me know when you're ready. And then that's when you'll get it. And the day he decided and did what he's supposed to, he did. But for me, I know he has a bank account because I own it. So he's saving his money. I prefer you do that. I don't need you to help me pay a bill. And like I said, Ro, he'll call and be like, I want to take on a bill now. So now he pays his registration. If you raise him right and you already had these conversations, they're going to come to you because you already talked about it and know what's going on. That baby ain't never asked me for nothing, not even the money he had when he turned 18. That's how you know you properly communicated and set him up to know what's going to go on. That's crazy. Why is she yelling?
Yeah, she was yelling too much. Okay, Coach Nita said we don't know how much she's taking from her daughter and for how to train up a child in the way they should go.
Can't judge. We don't know what happened before that. What if she said, why do I got to wash the dishes? So she yelling because she like, I've been telling you.
Right. Nikki said everybody has to contribute in this house. I wish you would have came on, Nikki, so you could explain your part. I charge rent. And let me see.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with whoever have their rules and how they have them set up.
That's right.
Your house, period.
She was probably frustrated. We don't know how that child been acting. And that's what I'm saying. these kids are so entitled now. So at what age, at what age do you think that kids should start paying rent? Because some kids nowadays don't want to do nothing but, like Juanita said, train up a child. But what age do you feel that a child that's living with a parent should start contributing to the household? What age?
25.
Huh? You said what?
25. That's my age.
Oh, girl, I thought you said 45.
25, because by then, right, if you went to college right away, then you have a couple years to start working. So you can decide if you want to stay here at this point. I can't tell you when to come and go. We roommates at this point. Give me the rent for that room. That's fine. But 25, it gives them time to make a decision. Because yeah, and it's not that I'm gonna keep it and give some back later. No, I'm finna take it and live my best life because now I got a renter and I can't hang from chandeliers like I want to, and you invaded in my privacy. So I gotta pay for the pain.
I'm with her when she right. Because if you gotta stay with me that long, you need to start paying rent.
How much would you guys charge for rent?
It just all depends on what's your expectations out of them.
Yeah.
Like we going back to saying, it's all about the conversation that you have with your children. My son, no, I don't want him in here over a year. He's 23. He just got out of college. He understands the rules. He understands that as soon as I start banking, get my stuff together, I got to get my own place. That's the rules. He knows that. All my children know I'm willing to help them. I'm willing for them to come if they need assistance. But to lay on me, it ain't never been like that.
The only thing I can say is in this economy now, I will say this about us Black people. Wait, let me read this because I will forget.
Don't push them out broke and where they can't survive.
Yeah, that's what I would say about us Black people. Not everybody, but us. We're known to when kids get a certain age, you got to get out. White people don't do that. Like they let their kids, but then they are different. Let me not even use
white people's kids ain't disrespectful like some of our kids are. Some of the parents that I have seen that do that, I'll be like, oh, I get it, because they think they could do stuff in your house that you don't even do. They not doing what they supposed to do. So maybe you have to, what's that movie? Failure to Launch. Like that movie. Maybe you do need to push them out because they're not the type you can give
it's
a plan.
Just in this economy, how could they even make it? But it's like, okay, I'm telling you that you need to, and that's what I'm saying. I'm telling you that while you in this house, you need to pay $200 for rent because you ain't gonna be able to move out of this house and make it on your own. You're gonna probably have to have 2 or 3 roommates. You're young. So let me read some of these. Honestly, it's too expensive for them. This is what I said, to have their own place. Exactly. I give them 18, get a job and pay me. You would have to pay a landlord, which I totally agree to. I pay for my kids' college, but they had a job and paid rent. When it said, and the audacity to be recording this, shaking my head and posting it. You
posted her part, but not yours. What did you do?
Exactly.
That's why I keep saying that.
You'll be recording yourself all the way to the county building.
That's why I keep saying that, y'all. I'm not saying it like, why is she yelling like the mom should be yelling? Is what did you do? Because you know all of that recording now. I don't fall for that. Because funny, you press record and now you just sitting there like Mother Teresa. What did you do?
You will have your mama on. You will have a whole story time on TikTok because you would be out. You would be out.
Exactly. I just think that, you know, going back to the attitudes, I can't deal with people. I can't deal with my own attitude, so I'm not gonna deal with yours. You know, I got 2 girls, 2 boys. I'm like, hey, if you have an attitude, you could go. You could step. You could do what you want to do. In this house, it's my rules. I'm paying it.
It's only one chief in this house. It's only one queen in this house. Yeah, don't work. Don't work.
Yeah. So yeah, even like I had to come home 2 times with my mom. I came home 2 times. My mom didn't ask me to pay nothing, but I always did. So like the first time I came home, I was like, oh, I'm gonna come back just until I find another place. And she was like, okay, well, you don't got, my mom just always is like that. You don't got to pay nothing, just save your money or whatever. But I still I would just pay like the utilities or whatever, stuff like that.
Because you was raised right.
That's
Yeah, then
right.
I moved out, and then I remember I had got another apartment, and I was there for like 5 or 6 years, and they started breaking in my apartment like 3 times in 1 month, and my mom was like, "Oh no, we getting you a U-Haul and you moving." So I stayed with her for like 4 months then, and she was still saying I didn't have to give her nothing, but I still always gave my mom money. So I feel like if it's something like that, most parents gonna tell you, or anybody would just be like, save your money. But I do feel like if you ain't never left home and you got good jobs and you can go out and do all this stuff and just have a grand old time, no, you need to give your parents something. And I really feel like more parents should do that, because you need to teach them how life is going to be when they get out there. You're not going to be able to spend all your money up the way you wanted to do, going out to eat and doing all that, buying liquor and weed and all that. You ain't doing all that stuff. That's not real life.
You
You want
know,
to know what my little cousin told us to our face in real life? She told us, now she don't have no student loans because school was paid for, everything, right? She moves back home, and she told us that we should be responsible for paying everything for her, because why would we want her to suffer like us and work the way that we work? She's supposed to live a soft life, and she was dead serious. And we told her, you got us effed up. You got a PhD. Why would you think that? She was very serious. That's what y'all supposed to do. We sent her back to her mama. What? These
Like,
kids
girl,
is crazy.
that's why you went to school, so you can have a soft life, and you got that.
Yeah, but she said soft life with no bills. If we all have house and we all have everything, why does she need to pay to stay with any one of us? And you want to know what she was being charged? $500 flat. So these kids is real disrespectful and real bold. And she said it with a for real face. She was like, that doesn't even make sense. And I'm like, girl, your sister is 60 years old. She worked her whole life. You're not even her daughter. You're her sister, and your sisters helped pay for you to go to school. Cousins pitched in, everything. You think we're supposed to keep paying for your life for real? Yeah, especially y'all with no kids.
Girl, I'm glad.
Oh.
My grandmother was showing us how to pay bills as kids, writing budgets out on a yellow legal pad. How about that?
Awesome.
And filling them when they're young. Right.
Don't get this money order.
Right. Yes, Nita. I taught my financial literacy in high school. And I said that before. They need to teach that in high school again, because they don't teach
Definitely.
that. They don't teach that no more. It's the entitlement. Like I said earlier, Nikki, it's the entitlement. I don't think that the schools are even taking it in college, but I do feel like you should be learning that in high school, because right when you get out of high school, that's when it starts. I had a job since I was in high school, though. Probably as soon as I could get a job, I got me a job, because I know it was certain stuff that I wanted that my mom couldn't provide because she was a single parent. So again, my mama didn't ask me to give her none of the money, but like when it was prom and I wanted a dress that was $500, she was like, well, I'm not buying that. And I was like, well, just put in the part you was gonna put in and I'll put in the rest. And she was like, okay, that's fine. So she let us keep our money, but it was like we would buy stuff for ourselves because we knew she couldn't buy it, but she still didn't make us buy everything by ourselves. She was still fair with it.
Right.
So I could see if you had, that's in high school. That's in high school. But once you get out of high school, I swear, I think if I had an adult child, like I said, if you was in college, that's a different story. But if you're not in college, then you're contributing. It was one child that was talking about when she came home from college, she didn't like that her parents would make her have chores. When she would come home, like on summer breaks and stuff like that, like they would tell her, oh, you got to wash the dishes. And she would be mad. Like, why do I have to start contributing to the house chores and I'm just vacationing here?
You're not vacationing. You're coming. That's like you said, the entitlement, the audacity. Because I mean, I've only had so out of all 4 of my children, only one went straight to college. The other 3 are in the military, because I taught them from like little people that either you're going to the military, or you're going to college. You didn't have a choice to sit on my couch and not do anything. So it was instilled in them at young ages, you have some choices in life. My oldest daughter, came home, had a baby before she got out of well, she had her daughter right out of high school. And she got married and everything, but she had to come back home for a minute. In that time that she came home, my thing was, it doesn't matter. You have to contribute to the household, at least inside the house. What make you think that you're gonna stay inside the house and not help clean up? You
Right.
still use dishes, you still using somebody's electricity, you still, I mean, I just don't understand. I never, and I have older siblings that I went to their homes and stayed with them. I never thought when I was growing up that I just didn't have to do anything at somebody's house when I lived with them. I never thought that. I always wanted to contribute because the simple fact is they're allowing me to live there. They don't have to. Nobody
We
has to
grew up
do
in a
anything for
different
you.
era.
Yeah,
We
that's
would
what the
even
mom, and
on
that's
Saturdays when we went to other people's house.
that was
If bro got
Sunday.
chores at her house, I'm not finna sit there while she doing the chore. I'm supposed to get my butt up and help. These days, kids don't even go ask a kid. Go ask 5 kids what a baseboard is. Most kids don't even know what that is. When I was doing Divine Purpose and I asked that, this girl really wrote on my status and said that I was a child abuse person because I have the kids clean the baseboards and clean the walls. She said I was committing child abuse. And I was like, if you clean a bathroom, how you clean the bathroom if you don't make sure you clean the walls where the germs is and everything like that? And she was like, that's what a parent's to do. And I was like, what? I was like, that's why y'all don't know shit. I would not go to Rose house as an adult right now. I'm gonna clean up behind myself. You know, when the party is over, you help clean up. What is wrong with these people? That's nasty. They be nasty.
Yes. And so after the girl had said, Nikki said, I built their credit from 18. And you know you can start building the credit.
You can start at
now.
14.
Yep, you can start.
Yes.
You can put the line of credit or make them an unauthorized user on your credit cards. So you could build their credit like that. And she said that's BS. Faye said at her big age of 18, she should have known and wanted to be a help to the household and her mother. Exactly.
That's
so
nasty.
that's what I'm saying. Most of them, that's what I'm saying. Y'all gonna get on the Uber because, like I said, y'all not gonna catch the bus. So why can't you give your mama $50 or $100 out of each check for gas money since you feel like that's your Uber driver anyways? That's not, like she said, that's not her responsibility, but it was her mama yelling. It was just her tone. But these kids are so entitled now. This generation is just doomed. They don't feel like you should do nothing. I feel like I said, even if you did take money from them and then use it, you could save it for them. And when they really need it, you could be like, well, this was the money that I took from you from each check. And then if you need it now, you can have it. Like some parents really don't need it, but some parents might really do need your help now that you're an adult. So why not help them? Because you're going to pay way more than that if you move out. And if you don't like what they're saying, get out. But I guarantee you, you're going to be back.
That's why I say don't judge, because if it is a parent that's, you know, living paycheck to paycheck, and what if this kid's under them? Now it's time for you to get out the way because you work, and now maybe your siblings could have a little bit more. You don't even think that way to be unselfish and want for your siblings to have more. Like, that's not okay. And if they're struggling, they're struggling. So at some point, they do need a little bit of relief, but I don't see throwing it on them. They should have known that. And that girl probably did. She was probably getting yelled at because she was asked for gas money, and the daughter probably had an attitude, or, you know, was on social media talking about it or whatever. That's probably why she was mad. Like, why do I have to keep telling you this? I shouldn't have to tell you this. You know, it could have been like that too.
Yeah, so I have wrote down some pros of taking your kids' money. So I said it teaches them responsibility, which I think that it does if you take just a certain amount, not trying to take their whole little check. Encourage budgeting, because like we said, once you get out on your own, you're going to have to budget your checks all the time, unless you have a really, really good job. But let's keep it 100. Right out of high school, most likely you're not. It discourages entitlement, which all of them have nowadays. Like, it discourages that. And then it supports saving goals. Make them get a checking account with a savings. Okay, even if I don't take nothing, you need to make sure you have this certain amount out of each check into your savings account. Like, you need to do something. And then I said the cons are financial hardship, because sometimes the kids really do need that money. Like, some kids have to go to work to pay for their school. Everybody don't have parents that were able to send them through school or get scholarships and everything like that. Like, when I went to nursing school, I had to pay for everything because my mom wasn't able to do it. And then I couldn't use her, because you know how it is. You make a certain amount and they say, oh, your parents make too much, when it really ain't a lot, but they be like, they still make too much, so you can't use them. So I had to do everything for myself. So I worked while I went to nursing school. I still had to work, but I didn't even have a problem with it, because it wasn't like my mom was, like I said, doing anything. But sometimes it could be a financial hardship on the kids. And another kind is it'll help, it'll stop them from being able to go to school, because some of them would have to work so much just to help you pay bills that they can't even really focus on their education. So that's the only two cons. I have more pros than cons, because I really do feel like these kids need to help nowadays. I really do think so, because they're going to be in for a rude awakening when they make it out there on it. Well, if they can make it out there on their own. These kids are too entitled now.
They are.
I believe that you should train your children as if you die tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're not promised tomorrow. And so what happens if you die? Are they going to be able to take care of themselves? And that's how we should train our children, not to be entitled to everything because you brought me into this world. Well, we all was brought into this world. We didn't just hatch. I didn't just hatch. I remember I was looking at a Facebook post, a video, and the girl was like, "Well, you should do it because you brought me into this world." And I'm like, "Your mama wasn't hatched, So we all were brought into this world, and so we all should give him homage to being able to take care of our own selves, because eventually you are gonna have to take care of your own self."
Yeah, you are. Faye said, I purchased my own school clothes in the 6th grade and was making my own money from then.
Me
so
too.
Everybody is different. My grandmother had us paying rent and tithes. Laugh out loud. She wasn't playing.
I think those things are good.
Because he was the more stricter twin out of my mom and them. My auntie was more strict than my mom. My mom, she really didn't. She didn't have us. They would say she babied us more. Really me and Shatia. They was like, she babied us more. But I still was independent. She didn't, even though she didn't, like I said, even though she didn't ask me to do nothing, I just still did. But my mama didn't ask us to do nothing. Auntie was the more stricter twin.
Well, that was her way of doing financial literacy.
Right. And look how they are now. Nobody none of them had to ever come back home.
and they do things. They live a nice life. They go do whatever they want to do. It's beneficial. It really is. But financial literacy is available. People just don't take advantage of it, but it's available. It's in nonprofits. Banks actually teach it. They have online classes. All the information is there. You just have to go and get it.
All my children in the military. And as soon as they...
Oh, no, you can go there for Terry.
Yeah, all mine have been in the military, and I told them as soon as they got into the military, they offer financial classes. And I was like, you need to take it. You need to take advantage of your financial advisors. The boy, my oldest son is a strict person on money. We were talking about even what's going on today is in the military, is in the shutdown. We were all talking about how long are you going to be able to survive if the country still shuts down and stays shut down. He just got married and he's like, oh, we're fine. We're at least 6 months. And I'm like, 6 months?
That's good.
Don't be those wins as a parent where you like,
yes.
That's good.
The girls, my oldest daughter, she's fine. The youngest girl, she's on base. So she has a different situation. She lives on base and her husband's a truck driver. So it's different. But when both are in the military, my oldest son, he married a military wife. His wife is in the military. So it's like, okay, so how you guys are going to do this? And so it's really, it gives mom joy. You are right. It gives me joy to know that they're going to be all right, even in them not having a paycheck.
Yeah,
That's
that is good.
good.
Nikki
That's
said the
really good.
internet poisons these kids, and they really do.
And it really should be so open. I don't really understand. At the beginning of my career, out of school, you don't learn everything that you need to do, and hands-on is very different. I literally got pulled out of the call center and said, you graduated, you want to do HR, position is open, here you go. I will never forget sitting there like, what the hell am I finna do? The first thing I did, that's how I learned about YouTube, because I literally went and typed into Google, how do I learn how to do my job? I was nervous. I watched videos, YouTube before.
Wow.
That's why they call it YouTube University. Every time I had a problem, I would go put it into Google and it would be somebody talking about it. So then I learned it and got involved in different like groups that you can learn, like you have nursing association, this and that. I got involved in that kind of stuff so I could keep learning stuff. Now I wished I had the internet now that back then.
Yes,
I would have been in corporate way before.
For
It
real.
shouldn't have ruined them. You wasting your time. Everything is lit. Go to Chat GPT and type in, if I make this much, what kind of lifestyle will I live? I want this, 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 and this. And it'll map it out like a financial advisor. Just tell it what to do and it will do it. We didn't have that. I'm literally have a pen and paper right now doing something because I'm so used to that. But you don't have to no more. If I want to get my taxes back like this, what do I need to do? If I want to move out, how do I do it? You can type it in. Y'all are voluntarily stupid. Okay? There's no way around it. We went to go get books. We didn't have what y'all have. So all that y'all babying y'all kids and were they too young? Okay, keep doing it and see what happens. Or you could be like her and know when she get ready to have her grandkids, she not gonna be a TikTok story time talking about my grandma won't watch the kids. They gonna have a babysitter and she gonna be with them on the cruise. I'm telling you.
Faye said the younger generation feels entitled, disrespectful, have no morals or values, but I blame the parents, elders, and the matriarchs of their family, that is so true. That is so true. Because the parents let them get away with it. That's what I'm saying. Is if your parents raised you right, you wouldn't even feel that kind of entitlement. But these parents let these kids get away with it for so long, but then when they get bad like that, then they be like, get out. But it's like you let them get away with that for so long. Now they feel like, why do I have to pay for this stuff? Because you let me do X, Y, and Z and all this. Even in high school, I feel like the kids should have to have some kind of job or something. They want high ass stuff now. Like even they backpacks is high. Like, and they
We
just
didn't
feel
even
like,
ask for that kind of stuff. I don't get it.
the stuff they want for their birthday, Christmas, and everything. And these parents be going in debt over getting their kids this. Like, no, go get your ass a job. You can get a job when you turn 15 or 14, 15, whatever it is now. So it's like, come on now. She said exactly. The internet and social media is raising the young generation. That's why they follow. That's what they follow and respect. And that is so true. That's why I'm like, it really be these reality shows too. They need church and the old grandfathers and grandmothers because these new ones is half-stepping.
Bro, remember when school got ready to start and we called each other because it was Miami. Remember Miami was doing back to school and in their videos, it was like, oh, my 30-inch bust down was done from here and my shoes is from here and my watch is like everything, some Shein, but a 30-inch bust down and where you got the hair and like red bottom shoes and all of this shit. I'm like, that's what y'all at schools was competing against each other. And I'm like, that's horrible because kids that cannot afford
money. The dudes was having stacks of money in their hand. High school.
A hot mess.
Like, what the
a hot mess. Where's the college fund? Even if they do have that kind of stuff, why would you want to put that something like that on the internet to make other kids look at stuff like that? That shouldn't be the direction. Nothing about happy about going back to school, what you want to be. It was like a for real fashion show, and they was like, it was bad. It was you wearing over $1,000 worth of stuff. That's
Even
crazy.
their proms and stuff is like a wedding now. They
Yeah.
proms and stuff
Yeah.
cost as much as a wedding now. Like
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
I don't agree.
That goes, and
Custom
that's why they
made
feel like,
dresses and
yeah, that's
custom.
why they feel like they don't have to do nothing when they get
I
out.
don't agree. I'm like you, Ro. When we got in high school, I started braiding at 14. That's when I started braiding because I figured out I could. And I was like, that means if my mama give me this much to go school shopping, because she would give it to us and let us budget it. I was like, if I make a little bit more money, then I could get this that I want versus trying to get it out of her. I was like, I could help her. I know my mom is a single mom and she doing this. If I could braid, I could get whatever I want. Girl, I started figuring that out. And you're right. Not that she asked, it was just in me to want to do it. And I don't understand how it's not in them. If we're two examples of people that wasn't asked to do it, we didn't go without, we was good. What makes that group of kind of people be like, I want to do it. I want to be somebody better versus somebody that got it all laid out in front of them and they don't be thinking, dang, I could do whatever I want to do. And then just do it. They be like, I don't have to do nothing. I got everything I want. But what if something happened to your parents?
It's the independency that we give our children.
Mm-hmm.
We're teaching them to be independent versus teaching them to be dependent on, oh, I to do, and you could give me this versus do it yourself and see how it works. My son was in school. He went to college. He started barber school. He's in the Navy Reserve. He has a job. He came back home, decided now he's teaching high school, going to barber school. You see what I'm saying? It's all in how you train them. It's all in how you treat them. I didn't want them to be I wanted them to be self-sufficient and not dependent on me. Because at the time, when you're a parent, you have to look at they're going to become adults themselves. So I have to teach them to be adults, not teach them to be babies. So, and that's what a lot of parents are doing. They're teaching their children how to be babies and not adults because they're my baby. Well, yeah, they're my baby, but they're also going to be adults one day.
That's embarrassing to me. I've been thinking, you're not embarrassed. Even when I've never seen so many 30 plus people still being at home, but you know that they don't have to be. They at home like, I ain't got to pay rent. Why would I do that? You don't want your own.
Got all the foreign cars and all
Yeah, but I'll be thinking, okay, how does that make sense? And why your parents letting you do it? You staying at home and you have kids, so you know it's benefiting you. But what are you developing to pass on to your kids so you can hand them a paid off house? Like, how are you keeping this going? What your parents started? That's why we don't have generational wealth, because as soon as you pass it to somebody, it stops there, and they either sell the home, lose all the stuff, run through it. You're supposed to take it and add it, and they don't do that. They burn it out, and it's like, you're not thinking about your kids, but you steady having them. That's crazy to me. It's so unfair. And why you well, somebody said earlier that the matriarch and patriarch do it. Yeah. You let them do it. That's crazy. You're not gonna blow through my shit. That's crazy.
For real. So that was that was the main topic today. Do you guys have anything to say for the end of it?
Yes. I had to stop doing HR because y'all kids get on my damn nerves. Because when they become adults and get to getting on my damn nerves, I can't say, who the fuck raised you? Because get out of my office. Do y'all know you populate in a world with bullshit? The same coworker you don't like is probably your child that somebody else have to deal with when you do this stuff. That's the parent you passing on to your grandkids. And it's not embarrassing to you. Your kid don't have to go to college, but you should want them to be successful, to be able to sustain, to be able to make good decisions. That's a reflection of you. Even as an adult, we're getting smarter and we're not looking at that person no more. We like, dang, what contributed to this? Black people specifically, we had slaves do better jobs than y'all are doing. It's embarrassing. We owe them more. We need to do more. It's a lot of people stepping down from leadership that are Black because it's too much. We expected more. Want more from your kids. They deserve more. That's true love to me. So that's what I would like to say. We tired.
Do you have anything to say, Nefertaria?
I agree with exactly with what she said, because I've been the older person at jobs, and I be saying, where did we get this generation from? And it's so sad that, we have put our whole hearts into training and raising children, and we just have some parents that just decide they don't want to do it. And then there are some that have did, and the children are just and I'm with her. I don't want to be around you if you can't even spell win, WHEN, and you spelling WEN. And I'm like, really? Like, where do this come from? Where do all these shortcuts come from?
I hate when they write like that. I hate that. That is true.
Like, and I'm like, U and KNO, like, where do these people get this stuff from? Like, my mom would have beat the heck out of me. Y'all know my mama. Everybody know my mama. So it's like, I mean, I just don't understand this generation. I'm trying to learn. I'm like you. I'm trying to teach my grandchildren that you're not entitled either. We all have to work. We all have to pay bills, and we all have to be social in this society, and we can't break it by just thinking that you can do what you want to do because you are here. That's my thoughts.
And my thoughts are, all these kids is entitled, and I'll agree with the parents. They need to make them pay something. That's just period, point blank. So thank you guys for coming on tonight. Thank you, cousin, for coming on.
Thank you for inviting me.
We still have our positive quote challenge going on. Today was day 6, and I want you guys to still keep going for the 30 days. So I have my closing positive quote, which I actually said today, which I said, don't take yourself off the top shelf just because they can't reach you. So that was my positive quote today. Don't lower your standards. Nobody else. Don't take yourself off the top shelf because they can't reach you. If they can't reach you, then oh well. So thank you guys again for tuning in tonight. Make sure you subscribe and like this live, and then tell everybody else about it. Nikki said, so sad. And I will see you guys next Thursday, and have a great night. Thank you guys. Good night.
Thank you.